good morning, everybody. And it's Wednesday, hump day, and we're here at the Morning Night Live. So last night, the big news, obviously, is Bobulinski. Tony Bobulinski was on Tucker Carlson last night, and as much of the mainstream media is trying to avoid it as much as they can. Twitter does its Twitter thing, but got to talk about it. I got a couple things on that, and then just a few things that Maddie actually highlighted this morning that I'm going to go through. If you don't know Maddie's in the chat. Usually today she's on the MWM Media handle in the chat. If you don't follow her on Twitter, do. She always has a lot of good articles that she puts out in the mornings. So that's what we're going to do a little bit today. But before we do that, obviously I got to play the intro. So play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, Dawg Knight. And stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. It's me, Marty, your host, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet, and welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel. It is Wednesday, hump day, the 28th of October, 2020. Hopefully looking forward to Halloween weekend in our neighborhood. I think the kids are going to go trick-or-treating still, even though we're in Tim Wall's lockdown Minnesota wonderland. I'm pretty sure that the kids in my neighborhood and the parents in my neighborhood are just at this point saying, I don't care. They're kids. They're not susceptible to catching this. They're not spreading the disease. We're going trick-or-treating, motherfucker. And I've sworn in the first 10 minutes of the show, so there goes my monetization. Oh, wait. Technically, I'm 12 minutes in because I have a 10-minute standby before we start. So who knows what's going to happen with this. But anyway, how's everyone doing today? It's, we got 38 people here already. That's awesome. Let's say good morning to everybody before I get started. And first in the chat today, speaking of Maddie's first in the chat. So Maddie gets the bell. Also, good morning to Aaron Meredith. Black Hebrew is your light. That's right. Advocatus Diabli, the devil's advocate. Simon Wolfwood. Hard disk failed. Nice to see you here early. If you don't vote for me, you ate lemon. I hope you don't mean Don Lemon because I don't want to smell his fingers. Anyway, good morning, Selecta Boy. Yeah, boy. Also, good morning, too. Furry Kitten, nice to see you here again. I am glad you're back. Good morning to Gunfox61, my main administrator on my Discord, which watch the chat if you want to join the Discord. That's the only place I'm going to advertise it, is in my chat. So, and I would appreciate it too if you don't invite other people to the Discord. Just let them find the show first. Well, I don't care. You can do it either way. We'll promote that a little more, and I'm going to try to get more people to join that too. Oh my goodness! Right off the bat, we have our first donation of the day from C. Michael Hunt. Is that your name? C. Michael Hunt. Also known as C. Mike Hunt. I see what you did there. It's one of those days where sometimes it just takes a minute to get the joke. Actually, I got the joke. It's funny. I was just talking to a guy at work this morning, and he was talking about the movie Porky's. Now, maybe some of you remember the movie Porky's, maybe you don't, but that was the first time I had ever heard that joke where they were paging Mike Hunt, and the woman was saying, paging Mike Hunt, we're looking for Mike Hunt. Has anyone seen Mike Hunt? And so anyway, Mike Hunt has showed up in the chat. Fantastic. Who says, ACAB, all cyclists are bastards. Well, yes. Except, wait a minute, I'm a cyclist. Oh, well. Anyway, I don't do a lot of cycling anymore, so it's okay. Thank you for the 556. Double D, you know what I'm talking about here. Anyway, let's finish saying goodbye. Good morning to everybody. Good morning also to Evil One. Nice to see you. Oh, my Monday starts today, Gunfox. Oh, today's your Monday? Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's my Wednesday, and my Monday starts on Friday when everyone else is TFIF. Okay, on a Poets Day. Okay. Also, good morning to Katie did skate, John Smith, say to hi to Elizabeth Warren for me, TC Ball, Donatello Slapperfellow, my favorite name on the internet, to Rai Deos, nice to see you all as always, Zero the Hero, good morning, Mike Savage, Blargs, Ryan Hawking, what's happening? Oh, it jumped. What the hell happened there? I gotta scroll back up. Okay, Zero here, tired is Ryan Hawking. Okay, there you go. Stabbing Joe Scarborough, keeping the knife sharp. Anna Lynn, what's happening? I see. Check Your Logic. Nice to see you early. You got an ad. What was your ad at Check Your Logic? Out of curiosity. Anna Lynn, Candy for the Children. Awesome. Good morning, The Enemy 38. Mike Hatfield, what's up? Message retracted. What did you do? Oh, you took it. You dropped that yourself. Okay. Also, good morning to oh, we have our second donation today. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, it only works on the Streamlabs, but Mike Hunt, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day. And thank you also to Stab Joe Scarborough with the YouTube Super Chat who says, my dad... my dad took me to see Porky's when I was 12, right after church. Well, you went from the Lord straight to the devil, but that was, I'm trying to think of how old I was when Porky's came out, but I remember going to see it with my friends, and that was just one of those movies that it was American Pie before there was American Pie. Let me just put it that way. It's sort of a funny movie, just a raunchy teen flick, which was not unusual back in the 70s and early 80s, and just one of those movies. So anyway, and by the way, Stabbing Joe Scarborough, your dad's my hero. Also, good morning. Oh, Gunfox821 with the $2. Oh, you don't have to, now, when you ask me questions, Gunfox, you don't have to put it in a super chat, but I do appreciate the donation for $2 from Gunfox, who says, also, did you set up this Discord channel link for Streamlabs? Yes, I did. It will be showing up in the chat, as well as the fact that this show is sponsored by viewers like you. Support the show with your donations and have your super chats read live on the show. You can click there to do the Streamlabs donations, or we do also have YouTube super chats, and it will show up in the chat, the Discord link. Just watch the chat and click on the link as it pops up. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Let's see, and Check Your Logic. CNN Sucks is here. Good morning, and Tyler F. All right, and also quick thank you to Aaron Meredith, RVA Dar, Tyler F. Let's see here, Maddie and Becca Fairley for tweeting out the links this morning. Wait a minute, I gotta check things I'm supposed to have done. Yeah, that's the tax unless Hunter somehow got on the damn ticket when I wasn't looking. Oh, someone's arguing with me about whether or not this stuff that Tony Bobulinski is saying is relevant to Joe Biden. Now, I'm fascinated. Let me think of who's a great NFL lineman. Anyway, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But all these people are just trying to build a wall around Joe Biden, making it sound like he didn't do nothing. And apparently, getting rich off being the vice president and a Congress critter does not seem to hit the radar for some people, but it does for me. Good morning, Attack Alpaca. How you doing? So anyway, let's get into. I'm going to read. Sometimes I go and read. This is a great summary of what happened on Tucker Carlson last night. This is from the blog Ace of Spades, my friend JJ Sefton, who is also my favorite aggregator on the internet, news aggregator. And Maddie's a close second. And I'll just read his intro here. It's good morning, kids. Wednesday and a couple things. are in the lead. Biden crime family whistleblower Tony Bobulinski appearance on Tucker Carlson last night, whose show overall this month became the highest rated cable news show in history per Nielsen. And a flare-up of mostly peaceful rioting, looting and mayhem in Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New York, and Los Angeles. He didn't put that one. As a result of 2 police shootings of black suspects. We'll get to those in a moment. But Bobulinski, Baba Booey, the ex-business partner of Hunter Biden, who verified the initial reporting in the New York Post about the contents of Biden's laptop, sat down for a full hour with Tucah and blew the lid, all kinds of puns there, off the story. So here's a recap of why Bobulinski came forward. And I'm not gonna play any video of him today, but here's the reason Bobulinski came forward. This is from the American Thinker. Bobulinski's name recently became public knowledge when James Gillier, another businessman working on Sinohawk, sent an email to Tony Bobulinski, setting out the terms Gillier had been negotiating with CEFC. What caught everyone's interest was the statement that Hunter would hold 10% for the big guy. Bobulinski confirmed that Joe Biden was the big guy. Good morning, Jaeger Pony. Good morning, MC.
Hammer time.
Oh, wait, somebody else just showed up. And Leon some bitches. I love that name. At this point, Adam Schiff, meaning Adam Schiff, the media, and Joe Biden, none of whom ever denied the legitimacy of the email, claimed that the whole thing was a Russian smear. This unfounded accusation got Bobulinski's dander up. As a naval officer and a military from a military family and a true patriot, being smeared as a Russian agent was beyond the pale. Bobulinski demanded that Schiff retract the insult, and when Schiff failed to do so, he went public and did a full document dump. Bobulinski had saved everything, every document, every email, every text. That's the quick background to the interview with Carlton, during which Bobulinski said that, 1, Hunter and James Biden brought nothing to the deal other than the Biden family name. 2, what China wanted was the Biden family name. 3, Joe Biden was involved in the business deal, so much so that he had veto power over negotiations. In 2017, Bobulinski met Joe Biden twice when the Biden side of Sinohawk was courting him to step in and act as CEO. Bobulinski also spoke at length with James Biden, Joe's brother. When Bobulinski asked James how they could get away with this kind of deal, which seemed to be falling into dangerous territory given that Joe could run again for president, James announced, quote, plausible deniability, end quote, and the Biden group stiffed Bobulinski, leaving him out of pocket for all his expenses while channeling CEF's money into another entity that did not involve Bobulinski. Now, continuing from, from Daily Caller, Bobulinski said it was crystal clear that Hunter Biden had brought his father up to speed on the status of a joint venture deal with the before he met, well, that's a typo, the former vice president. They were putting their entire family legacy on the line. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were dealing with a Chinese-owned enterprise that had strong financial support and political support from the Chinese Communist Party, and that's how it was presented to me. That's not my own words. That's how they presented it to me and read me in on it, Bobulinski said. Bobulinski recalled bringing up his concerns with Jim Biden the following day after his meeting with the former vice president that their business dealings with the Chinese could impact his brother's 2020 presidential aspirations. Quote, this is a quote from him. I'll get to this in a second. Here's his said, I know Joe decided not to run in 2016, but what if he ran in the future? Aren't they taking a political risk or headline risk? And I remember looking at Jim Biden and saying, how are you guys getting away with this? Like, aren't you concerned? And he certainly looked at me and he laughed a little bit and said, quote, plausible deniability. Now, if you're not familiar with the term plausible deniability, let's look it up. Plausible deniability. Here's the Wikipedia entry for it. Now, not that Wikipedia is infallible, but plausible deniability is the ability of people, typically senior officials in a formal or informal chain of command, to deny knowledge of or responsibility for any damnable actions committed by others in an organizational hierarchy because of a lack of or absence of evidence that can confirm their participation. Oh, ouch. Bobulinski kept everything and he's given it to the FBI. So I guess the plausible deniability is going to be kind of tough. Now, there's more to that, but you get the idea. Basically, it's lying. You can lie and have some plausible deniability, right? The moral of the story, always keep your accomplices happy. Happy accomplishments are quiet accomplishments. Yeah, ain't that right, Avocados Diabli? Damn Skippy. Good morning, Renee Mayette. Good morning, Renee Mayette. How are you? Okay, so yeah, plausible deniability. So, and then he continues. Let's see. Do I need that one? Oh, well, yeah, I am going to read some more of this. Now that there's a good part here too. This is murder, as in they're killing Joe Biden. I have zero sympathy for the doddering, demented, half-dead corpse who will be instantly disposed of if, God forbid, he winds up winning on Tuesday, or his inept, drug-addicted, vile spawn. The Bidens sold out America's national security and foreign policy to corrupt foreign leaders and to our number one geopolitical enemy, hell-bent on world hegemony. Considering their crimes date back not only to the 8 years he was vice president, but well into his near half a century as a senator, one can make the case that the Bidens may very well have done more damage than the Rosenbergs, the Walker family, Aldrich Ames, and Robert Hansen combined. Ouch, that's scary. It's now a toss-up as to which is the worst political scandal in U.S. history, this or the plot to overturn the 2016 and overthrow President Trump. In any case, there's no doubt interconnected in any case, both are no doubt interconnected considering the players involved. That includes our national security and federal law enforcement agencies as co-conspirators before and after the fact. Perhaps that's why they want Trump out so bad. Maybe that's why the Lincoln Project hates Trump so much. Because all of those Lincoln Project a-holes, they profit a little bit off the government actions too, I have to say, and especially a lot of the Bush cronies who profit off the military-industrial complex. Anyway, but the FBI had the laptop, and Christopher Wray sat on it, looking to run out the clock in hopes that Trump would not be reelected and all of this would be swept under the rug. And now, looky here from the Daily Wire, quote, federal law enforcement officials reportedly obtained a Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act FISA warrant against a Chinese business associate of Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. The Daily Caller News Foundation reports that the revelation suggests that the man, Patrick Ho, was suspected of acting as a covert agent of a foreign government. Ho was charged on December 18, 2017 with conspiracy to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act and money laundering related to CEFC China energy contracts in Uganda and Chad, the report stated. Ho had been an executive at the multi-billion-dollar Chinese energy company prior to his arrest. Here's the kicker. Ho was mentioned in a Senate report released last month titled Hunter Biden, Burisma, and Corruption, the Impact on U.S. Government Policy and Related Concerns. Now more from the Daily Wire. On November 17th, Yi Jiaming, associate and Hunter Biden's reported client, Patrick Ho, was arrested and charged with violations of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, international money laundering, and conspiracy to commit both. The first call that he reportedly made was to James Biden, who reportedly referred him to Hunter Biden. Ho was convicted in March 2019 on charges of money laundering, conspiracy, and violation of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, and was sentenced to 3 years in U.S. prison for his role in a multi-million-dollar scheme to bribe officials in Chad and Uganda in exchange for business advantages for CEFC, Ye's company. Department of Justice documents described Ye as Patrick Ho's boss, and again note that Ye's company supplied funding to the China Energy Fund Committee, CEFC. Ho worked as Secretary General of the committee during the period when he was carrying out his illegal schemes. Now, I can't remember. I read somewhere that also Hunter Biden ended up being one of the lawyers in this case. Go figure. So long as 2 to 3 years ago, before any of the revelations on the laptop came to light, the DOJ, FBI, CIA, and whatever other clueless, corrupt alphabet soup bureaucracy knew about the Bidens and essentially did nothing. Worse than that, they withheld exculpatory evidence and allowed Adam Schiff for brains and the Democrats to move forward with an impeachment against President Trump for the corruption and crimes that the Bidens themselves were guilty of. Christopher Wray deserves to be dragged out of the Hoover building and horsewhipped in the street. Okay, that's his opinion here. In the street on national TV. But no, he too will have a 7-figure book deal and a gig on CNN, probably. And I think also the president has vowed that if he is reelected, Christopher Wray, hey, I'll just say this the protester way, hey, ho, ho, Christopher Wray has got to go. And Trump wants to do that if he gets reelected. So it's pretty scary stuff here, to be honest with you. But it's funny how all interconnected this is. But you know, Joe Biden had his fingers in this, and look, some people are saying, oh, well, this stuff was from 2017. Well, yeah, sort of. Bobulinski also has documents dating back as far as 2013, 2015, and 2016. So somehow Joe was making money off this while he was the vice president of the United States. Or at least his family was. His family was leveraging the vice president's name. The vice president was able to get him access. There's all kinds of stories out there of what Ding Dong, the I was going to call him a crackhead. Okay, he's a crackhead. What that the crackhead was doing, that was to help Daddy get a little extra side gig, right? A little extra side cash. Anyway, thank you, Johnny Hellcat, and welcome to the show with the $4.99 donation. Who says they tried to push the laptop on the cat, but was told no. I suppose so he could have a plausible deniability. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. That was fantastic. All right. We'll be here all week. Now, let me see. I just want to scroll through my chat. Make sure that the link to the new Discord server is popping up. It should be popping up there. If you know, it'll pop up every once in a while. I should probably put it in a few more times. I think I've put too many lines in between. Anyway, so here's a little thread from Kim Strassel on the thread reader, and regarding what went on Tucker Carlson last night. We're going to go through this as soon as I can flop over there. But first, you know what? I need to take a short break. Enjoy my personal commercial. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it. You're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And
Thank you for watching. Now back to the show.
Okay, there you go. I got it. Yes, mute boomer. I had to sneeze. That's why I had to put the mute on, and I forgot to put it back on. Anyway, all right. So before I read this thread, I wanted to thank everyone who participates in the chat, all the people who do super chats, but also the people who are just listening in the background. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're driving, and you don't get a chance to, participate in the chat. But I really appreciate all of you, and I also appreciate the people who watch on the replay. I know Cracked, for example, will put the timestamp of exactly when the stream actually starts, because with my thing on my standby. Also, good morning to Kyra Alexander. Hey, Larry, not provided, and I missed somebody here. Oh, Keenan, good morning to you too. So all of you who are here, very cool that we got 55 in the chat, 30 likes so far. If you like what we do, hit the like button. All right. You're boomerang. Yes, I'm sorry. If I try hard. If I sneeze, I just got to put that mute on. Anyway. So I wanted to check out this thread just a short thread here by Kimberly Strassel, because somebody was saying there's a question based on, I don't know what, there's some Wall Street Journal story of Joe Biden somehow being exonerated in the China deal. Now, so she wrote this thread on the question of Joe Biden somehow being exonerated in the China deal. How so? The Wall Street Journal news story correctly notes that his name isn't on documents, but those docs also suggest special care has been taken to make sure his name wasn't visible. The doc with proposed equity stakes said Hunter was going to hold 10% for the big guy, Tony Bobulinski, Hunter's partner, and an eyewitness. Some people are saying, oh, this is second or third hand news. No, Bobulinski is the one who the email was sent to, and he was in on the deal. So he is an eyewitness, first person account of what was happening here, and he provided documentation. Anyway, Bobulinski says the big guy is Joe, and Bobulinski presumably told that to the FBI today. Gotta wonder why he'd risk a false statement charge if that wasn't true. Further, note that Hunter's two other partners, Gillier and Walker, did not respond to the Wall Street Journal news question about who was the big guy. A 2017 text from Gillier warns Bobulinski, don't mention Joe being involved. Bobulinski also presumably telling the FBI he met with Joe and that Joe was at some level aware of the deal. Note that also that Biden camp did not provide answer to the Wall Street Journal news question about that meeting. And finally, so here are the right questions for Joe. 1, are you the big guy? Anyone in the press asked him that yet? No. 2, while Chinese dollars never materialized, were you at one point via a Hunter in line to have an equity share? And C, did you meet with Hunter's partner? How does any of this comport with your claims to not talk business with Hunter? Remember he said, I never talk about Hunter business. I don't know about his business. I don't know this and that. I don't know nothing. I don't know shit. I am not telling you what I don't know because I don't know nothing at all. Well, Tony Bobulinski, who is a first-person witness account, says otherwise. Just curious. So, anyway, do we need to do this one? I think you got the lowdown on the story, right? I think Joe was diddling them. So messed up. Well, I don't know about all that. By the way, has that shown up yet? Where is that? I set it up. Did I have it on? All right, I guess we'll figure it out a little bit. All right. Moving on. Oh, that's before the article, just saying Tony Bob. So Tucker did an hour-long interview, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that came out. But I was curious, this article from, what's this called? What's this place called? Heavy.com. Now, Heavy.com is an interesting site to me. They tend to write things that seem neutral, but the writers at Heavy.com tell you what they want you to know. But this particular article I thought isn't terrible. 5 facts you need to know about Tony Bobulinski. It's because it was in 2017. Why does this matter? Well, because it didn't just start in 2017. It is a pattern of how the Bidens do business, and they've gotten into trouble for this before, and they've been doing business ever since Joe was in the Senate. Okay, anyway. Bobulinski, 48, said on Wednesday, October 21st, that the former vice president was a willing and eager participant in a family scheme to make millions of dollars by partnering with a shady Chinese communist firm, according to the New York Post's Michael Goodwin. By the way, I don't know the day count yet, but the New York Post Twitter account has yet to be restored, even though, remember, they locked the New York Post out of their Twitter account the day that story came out, and they were not allowing people to share that story, and the Streisand effect took over, and they later said, okay, we'll allow this story to be retweeted and posted, right? But they still have not unlocked the New York Post Twitter account because they haven't taken down their own story. Unbelievable. Anyway, the Navy veteran said he was the CEO of a holding company partnership between the Chinese firm and the Bidens, which included Hunter, Joe's brother Jim. The outlet reported the firm wasn't in it for the money, but for the political or influence investment, Bobulinski said in a statement to the New York Post. I've seen Vice President Biden saying he never talked to Hunter about business, Bobulinski said. I've seen firsthand that's not true because it wasn't just Hunter's business. They said they were putting the Biden family name and its legacy on the line. So that's the John Roberts tweet. Pretty much it says what it says, what he just said. Bobulinski assured he has significant evidence to back up his claims, including documents and emails, the New York Post reported. And he's turned those over to the FBI as of a couple days ago. His statement indicated that he provided this information to 2 Senate committees that requested it. I don't have a political axe to grind. I just saw behind the Biden curtain. I grew concerned with what I saw, Bobulinski told the Post. Biden family aggressively leveraged the Biden family name to make millions of dollars from foreign entities, even though some were from communist-controlled China. Trump brought Bobulinski to the second and final presidential debate on October 22nd as a guest, and Bobulinski held a press conference with reporters that can be watched below, which we watched that on my channel a couple, what is that, 4 or 5 days ago? Something like that. Hello, heroic Nico. So, Newsweek. I'm sorry. Newsweek just makes me laugh, but they reported on the October 22nd that the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs is working to validate information being revealed by multiple sources and has reached out to Bobulinski. He has said he will turn over materials to the Senate for investigation. He's already done that. News comes on the heels of the New York Post previous story claiming emails show Hunter Biden leveraged Obama-Biden administration connections to pursue lucrative deals involving China's largest private energy company, including one that he said would be interested for me and my family.
China is asshole.
Here's what you need to know about Bobulinski. Hello, Bear Cock. And good morning, Gamer Valine. Hello. He's the grandson of Bobulinski is the grandson of an Army intelligence officer. Bobulinski served in the Navy for 4 years and says he isn't a political person. His only campaign contributions have been to Democrats. And I'm sure they can verify that. Why is that? That's weird. How's that staying there? Why is there a... Okay, anyway. Bobulinski, the grandson of a 37-year Army intelligence officer, the son of a 20-year plus career naval officer, and the brother of a 28-year career naval flight officer, said he served in the U.S. Navy for 4 years, according to the New York Post. Now, that's probably pretty easy to verify. Oh, wait a minute. On Fox News right now, the host is arguing that the cops who shot the guy in Philadelphia should have used a stun gun. What? Oh, my God. We'll get into that. We'll get into that soon. Here, I'm just going to give you the highlights. Bobulinski became an institutional investor after leaving the military and is the CEO of Sinohawk Holdings. Don't need to get into... Bobulinski said he was a recipient of the May 2017 email published by the New York Post on October 2020. If you remember that one. Bobulinski is involved in legal battles with the company he worked with, China Branding Group Limited, the company's former CEO. They're trying to get a little drama in there, and he's a former Penn State wrestler. Who cares? I will post in your server what I find. Let's see, I am gathering info and researching it now. Okay, I'm looking at that. Thank you, Manny. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Hang on one second here, because there was one here that I definitely. So, if you think all this stuff is new, that the Bidens just kind of recently, this is some recent stuff that the Bidens do. I'm going to have you have a second thought here with this article from American Greatness. We didn't need the laptop to know about Biden corruption. In the event of a Biden victory, we'll face a reality that Beijing has been paying off the president-elect for over a decade. We all know Hunter Biden received over $1 billion for his investment partnership after traveling to Beijing with his father on Air Force Two. Yes, that is a known fact. We also know how Hunter Biden's fund, Bohai Harvest Rosemont, helped a Chinese defense contractor purchase Henniges Automotive, a manufacturer of anti-vibration equipment that has military applications. AVIC, the maker of the People's Liberation Army fighter jets, has been implicated in multiple cases of industrial and military espionage and is on the Pentagon's list of companies controlled by the Chinese military. But there's far more to the Biden investment story. A recently released intelligence report based on public sources in China shows high-ranking Chinese Communist government officials showering the Biden family with millions of dollars over the years. The report shows Hunter Biden's 2013 Bohai Harvest Rosemont investment partnership is a Chinese state-managed operation with direct ties to the Politburo. BHR was set up by institutions within the People's Republic of China Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs runs operations designed to buy, influence, and otherwise curry favor with foreign officials and opinion leaders. My gosh, but why would they do business with Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden is not running for president. The information in the intelligence report is derived from public records in China, IPO prospectuses, news reports, and corporate records. Any journalist who wishes to look as if we have journalists anymore. Silly article. Anyway, any journalist who wishes to look can review And upon review, it is impossible to escape the conclusion that Hunter Biden's firm, in which he holds a 10% equity stake, is actually operated and owned by China.
China is asshole.
Hunter Biden's paid $400,000 for a 10% stake in the fund in 2017. By that time, based upon the fund's $6.5 billion in assets under management and standard industry fees, his stake would be worth at least $50 million. Good morning, Uncle Bad Touch. I know you're really Joe Biden, just checking in to see what I'm saying about you. The report explains the Biden family's Chinese investment partnership runs through Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs official Yang Jiechi. Yang had once served at the Chinese embassy in Washington and would have met then Senator Biden regularly. Shocker. Yang currently serves in the Politburo and as the director of the Office of Foreign Affairs of the Communist Party of China. He is the CCP General Secretary Xi Jinping's right-hand man on foreign affairs. Hunter Biden Investment Partnership was managed through specific agencies of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, assigned with carrying out government-directed policies and cooperative initiatives with influential foreigners without being perceived as a part of the Chinese government. The primary broker arranging the BHR investment partnership was Michael Lin, a Taiwanese national living in Hong Kong. Lin has worked for key Chinese state firms known to engage in illicit technology transfer. Several national intelligence agencies have confirmed that Michael Lin is a person of interest for his work on behalf of Beijing. Lin is now detained in China.
Come on, man.
Between April 7th and 9th, 2010, Hunter took a business trip to Beijing where he joined several meetings with some of China's most powerful state financial institutions, including the general manager of the China Investment Corporation, one of the largest sovereign wealth funds backed by the Ministry of Finance, and the CEO of China Life, a state-owned enterprise controlled by the Ministry of Finance. Hunter was introduced as chairman of Rosemont Seneca and as the second son of the Vice President Joe Biden. Now, why would they have to mention Joe Biden? I don't know. The stated purpose of his visit was to, quote, deepen mutual understanding and explore the possibility of commercial cooperation. So he got a $50 million stake in the company for a mere $400,000. And they introduced him as the chairman of Rosemont Seneca and second son of Vice President Joe Biden. I wonder if anyone's impressed by the fact that he's the son, one of Joe Biden, the Vice President of the United States' son. Hunter's BHR would go on to partner with China Life and CIC subsidiary companies such as Bank of China. The Bank of China? The conclusion is inescapable. The Chinese state has invested in Hunter Biden. His investment partnership is a subsidiary of the Bank of China, a state-owned bank operated by the Chinese Ministry of Finance. The Chinese government organizations surrounding Hunter Biden are known to the United States government as intelligence and influence operatives. And then if you want to see the entire report, I'll link that in the chat. There we go. Let's see. The media spent years warning Russia had compromising material that could be used to extort President Trump. That has been proven to be a fantasy, but the well-documented financial partnership and relationships between the Biden family and CCP-controlled entities present a very real prospect for extortion. This is how the CCP operates. It influences its targets not only with recorded liaisons with prostitutes, but also with lucrative business deals. And Hunter Biden is not the only target. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How could it possibly be that any recorded liaisons of Hunter Biden's could affect Joe Biden at all. Why would that even matter to Joe Biden? I mean, Hunter Biden's not running for president. Joe Biden's running for president. Okay. I guess I could figure it out. Anyway. This week, the CCP held a 2-day summit in Shanghai to woo foreign investors. Attendees included former U.S. Treasury Secretary Robert Rubin, Bloomberg Chairman Peter Grauer, Goldman Sachs President and Chief Operating Officer John Waldron, the Bridgewater Associates hedge fund manager Ray Dalio. Dalio has been a leading pimp for Beijing's Thug regime. In a warm-up for the summit, he took to the pages of the Financial Times to accuse CCP critics of prejudice and a persistent anti-China bias. Dalio also praises China's command economy. Whatever criticism you may have about Chinese state capitalism, he writes, you cannot say it hasn't worked. So he's a lapdog for China. I don't need to read the rest of this, but damn. You know, I don't know how anyone at this point can doubt that, you know, everything they've accused Trump of, they've seemed to have done. And it's just funny because as I go around on Twitter, as I look on Twitter and watch people talk about it, it's almost like I don't. It's just weird how they. Well, first of all, the media just doesn't seem to care. And I don't mean all the media. Obviously, the Fox people are going to care, and some of the right wing media is going to care. But the fact that they are, they're allowing Twitter to embargo this whole thing, which is crazy if you ask me. And just the social media is just basically embargoing the story. They don't. You look on the trending tabs sometimes, and now Bobulinski did trend yesterday. Now, in fact, I wonder if he's still trending today. Let me take a quick look here. Trending. Well, Omaha's trending number one because there's a kind of a screw up in Omaha. They were expecting 10,000 to come to a rally at Eppley Airfield, the airport in Omaha. 30,000 show up, and it was really cold out, and a lot of the rally attendees were stranded. Terrible story, and obviously it's number one because, of course it is. It's bad for Trump. But I'm scrolling down the trends today. So far, I'm looking. Now, you would think Bobulinski would be trending somewhere. Tony Bobulinski is not trending at all. Now, I gotta think there's a few people on Twitter talking about Tony Bobulinski this morning. In fact, more than a few, I would guess. In fact, I'm laughing at this. Okay, so the Omaha rally and Omaha stranded are 1 and 2 because that's bad for Trump, and I'll tell you about that story in a bit. Frank Middleton, that's NFL. No More Heroes, that's a Nintendo game. Justin Turner, baseball. Fortunate Son. Oh, people discuss Donald Trump's music choice of Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival after he shares a video to an entrance rally. Okay, whatever, who cares? Zuckerberg's testifying before Senate today. Yeah, no Bobulinski, no Tucker Carlson, nothing. Now, they were trending for a short time last night, but I got a feeling there's a few people talking about that this morning. Anyway, let's get into some of the bookmarks because we'll get caught up on this stuff real quick. Here, let me get back here. Oops, that's tweets. I don't want tweets, bookmarks. And I'm just going to go kind of not in a random order here as I bookmarked them. Okay, here we go. So first, okay, that was Jonathan. We read that yesterday. This is incredible to me. As Nate Silver, he thinks he's the polling guru. He has the nuggets to write this. By the way, I do have my reparations coffee. Everyone take a sip while I'm talking. He says, on average, Biden has gained 0.05% of the vote post-debate polls. Now, he is talking about, I don't know what he's talking about here, because actually the polls have been tightening, especially particularly the swing states. And the swing states looking pretty good for Trump, but overall there's this, slight uptick for Biden. I don't know. But he writes this. However, he's gained 1.5% if you exclude Rasmussen's national poll and Insider Advantage's Pennsylvania poll. Well, why would you exclude those, Nate? It's like you're almost trying to project what you want it to be. But here he writes, if the polls aren't tightening since the debate, and with 62 million people having voted, we're sort of getting to the point where the only way Trump could win is with a major polling error bigger than 2016. Or if the election is stolen somehow. Is it just me? Or is that pretty damn irresponsible? Now, if you look at the polls compared to 2016, they're very, very similar as far as how the polls with their Democrat oversampling for Hillary Clinton are almost identical to the polls today with their Democratic oversampling for Joe Biden. And it's weird. And so this woman says, I want to have faith in polls, but 2016 ruined that. But I really wish there was an uproar over the Electoral College. Well, sorry, there's not going to be. There shouldn't be. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that should be an uproar over it. He did not win the way he and his cult tout as if he got the majority. There is no popular vote in the United States. See, here's the thing. The presidency is not set up to be a popular vote. Each state, basically, it's 50 elections, and each state gets to decide who they want for president. Now, the founding fathers did make it so that you could compensate for larger populated states, but each state gets their certain amount of votes because you got to be president of all the states. And you can't be just the president of the most populous areas. You got to be president of all the states. So you have to get every state to vote for you. And each state on their own has a popular vote election to determine who do they want to throw their delegates upon for the presidency. Okay? The only popular vote that really, within the states, your senators are voted by popular vote in your states, and your representatives are voted by popular vote in their districts. But you're the president of the United States. You're not the president of 360 whatever million people. You're the president of the states. And, the way it was supposed to be, your local government, your state government, that was your popular vote, right? That was your popular vote. Your governor, because your governors are and your local city council and the local mayors and stuff are the ones who have the most impact on your life. Okay? Maybe the presidency helps keep all the states together and kind of have it so we can have a common foreign policy for the entirety of the United States. But this is not a popular democracy. It's a representative republic. And here's the problem. The people who bitch about who the president is maybe don't understand it. Maybe the president shouldn't have all that much power anyway. That we've kept adding more and more and more power to the presidency over the years. But that's why we have the House of Representatives. So you can have your popular candidates in each district represent your population in Congress. And then we have the Senate, the senators who represent each state evenly. Each state government is represented by your senators. And then the president, they kind of do a combination of how they're elected, but the president is the president of the United states. And so each state votes for the president. And they try to balance out some of the population issues, but you have to be representing the entire United States. Now, and he says, and his cult touts it as if he got the majority. HRC won in a landslide. Au contraire. Au contraire. How many? Let's see. What was it? She was 65 million to 62 million. So let's say that's landslide. Landslide would be like 20%, wouldn't it? Let me calculate some of this out here. So 65 plus 63, 128 million people voted the last election. Or 62, oh, I messed up, 127 million. 65 plus 62, so roughly 127 million people. So she won by the popular vote, which is irrelevant, by less than 2%. That's one, it's not a landslide and nobody cares because the popular vote doesn't mean anything when you're electing a president of the United States anyway, because we are a representative republic, not a democracy. But this is irresponsible of Nate Silver. The only way Trump can win is with a major polling error bigger than 2016, or if the election is stolen somehow, that is planting the seed that the election is going to be stolen. And you're starting to hear that a lot from these pundits. Are they going to drag up Russia again? Give me a break. Okay. In fact, they still haven't told me, and I've asked this question, and I've never seen anybody answer it. Okay, let's say the Russians did meddle in our elections in 2016, which, yeah, they put out some stupid Facebook ads or whatnot, whatever. Can you give me a quantitative answer? How many votes did the Russians change? How many votes did the Russians influence? How many people voted and where did they vote on the, I don't know, the Buff Bernie coloring book ad? Or the Jesus arm wrestling with the devil ad? How many people changed or decided their vote on those stupid ass, culturally illiterate ads that those Russians supposedly put out? Because apparently they were, I'm thinking about the ads and it's like, okay, in America, is anyone impressed by a Buff Bernie coloring book? In the United States, now maybe the most fervent religious zealot might have seen that Jesus arm wrestling the devil ad and thought, oh, that's interesting. But I don't think anyone, did they change one vote? Can you find anywhere where they changed one vote? They've never been able to answer that question. They've never even tried to answer that question. They just said Russian meddling. And some people take Russian meddling as meaning, oh, the Russians went and changed the voting machines. Nah, no evidence. Sorry. All right, moving on. Oh, this is now this is just a this is a meme that I thought was funny. So I'm just doing bookmarks now. This is the Bobulinski revelation in a meme.
For your consideration.
What the fuck?
Okay, we're going to just stop the Iron Man song there. But anyway, I thought that was funny. Anyway, moving on. Kim.com, who was very kind to write my description of the show today, who says the insider of the Biden family business reports serious crimes of political corruption to authorities with evidence and puts his life and reputation on the line. to let Americans know before the election, and the mainstream media ignores it, hoping voters won't notice. I thought that was better than anything I possibly could have written. All right. Now, here's an interesting one. So, hang on, let me stop this for a second. So, remember when they were talking about this in 2019 regarding this whole thing with the Ukraine call? The president calls it the perfect call, and Adam Schiff, well, fuck Adam Schiff. Anyway, here's just, we want to take a trip down memory lane way back to January. 2000, no, not January, but just sometime last year, whatever. Here we go. Remember this, let's go down memory lane here of the Biden revelations.
I just want to deal in fact, because there is so much speculation out there, and there is zero evidence that Hunter Biden or Joe Biden did anything wrong here.
We should note, again, and you and I have said this in the air many times, there is no evidence that Joe Biden was involved in any wrongdoing.
Of course, I want to note that there is no evidence that Joe Biden or Hunter Biden has done anything wrong. I just want to
Oh, hang on. I'm going to start over. Oh, I messed up. What the hell happened there? That's not what I wanted to happen. Let's try this again, because this one is very important to my psyche. Oh, wait a minute. Did they just yeet that? It was right next to my Kim.com post here. Are you kidding me? Hang on a second. That bookmark just disappeared, and I did not remove it. In the middle of me playing it. Are you kidding me? Hang on a second. Somebody took that down. Hang on a second. Oh, hang on a second. That's terrible. Let's go Bobulinski. That literally. All right, fine. We're gonna do something else here. Yeah, Twitter's protected the big guy. I'll say they are. Here's another. Okay, someone else posted. Here we go.
In fact, I just want to deal in fact, because there is so much speculation out there, and there is zero evidence that Hunter Biden or Joe Biden did anything wrong here.
We should note, again, and you and I have said this in the air many times, there is no evidence that Joe Biden was involved in any wrongdoing.
Of course, I want to note that there is no evidence that Joe Biden or Hunter Biden has done anything wrong. I just want to reiterate.
And let's be clear for the viewers.
There is no evidence Biden did anything wrong.
I'll note again, because it's important.
There is no, I repeat, no.
There is no evidence that either Biden did anything illegal.
There's been no evidence. There was no evidence.
There's no evidence. There is no evidence.
There is not an iota of evidence.
No evidence Biden did
anything wrong. There's really
no evidence
that Joe Biden
did anything wrong.
Nobody's ever accused there's no
evidence whatsoever that Joe Biden did
anything wrong. Got that?
Joe Biden didn't do anything wrong. They're all saying the exact same phrase.
Hunter Biden did nothing wrong.
But now that there is new evidence.
Biden secret emails.
A really fishy story.
The Post claimed that the emails were found on a laptop computer that was brought to a repair shop in Delaware in the spring of 2019.
The FBI is now investigating whether those alleged Hunter Biden emails are actually connected to a larger foreign intelligence operation.
They may be related to a foreign intelligence operation.
Foreign intelligence operation.
Foreign intelligence operation.
For all we know, These emails are made up.
The information found on the laptop may be part of a Russian disinformation campaign.
Russian disinformation campaign.
Disinformation.
Russian disinformation.
Described by many intelligence experts as having hallmarks.
All the hallmarks of a Russian.
I can't read the bell fast enough.
Russian disinformation.
Disinformation campaign.
This is a classic example of the right-wing media machine.
Don't drag the intelligence community into this. Hunter Biden's laptop is not part of some Russian disinformation campaign. The intelligence community doesn't believe that because there's no intelligence that supports that.
That's funny that one of them got taken down. The one I was using got taken down. That's not cool, Twitter. What are you doing? Amazing, as the immortal words of what's that dude's name? The guy that Jesse Lee Peterson. I was so mad this weekend. We had a surprise birthday party for my daughter's boyfriend, soon to be fiance, and so on. And my PDawgKnight cup with the logo that my daughter made, I had it sitting. It was sitting out under the coffee maker, and under the Keurig. And someone looked at the cup and did go, "Is that JLP?" I'm like, first of all, how do you even know who JLP is? But I guess people know it is. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't look like Jesse Lee Peterson. Get out of here. Anyway, all right, back to the bookmarks. That really annoys me that was disappeared. Apparently, so these riots in Philadelphia and New York and whatnot, Joe Biden has decided that apparently looting is not a protest, it is a crime. So he issued a statement about what's happening. From the Daily Caller, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden and his running mate, Democratic California Senator Kamala Harris, condemned the looting and violence in Philadelphia after police shot and killed a man allegedly armed with a knife, according to a statement on the campaign website. I don't know if this is going to help him or not, but anyway, he should be saying it. P-Dawg Peterson, come on now. Riots erupted Monday after Walter Wallace Jr., 27, was killed by police after officers responded to a report of a man with a weapon. Numerous businesses were looted, and police said 30 officers were injured during the riots from being struck with rocks and projectiles. The Biden-Harris campaign rebuked the violence against police and vandalism of small businesses in the area, or small businesses in the statement. Here's some video of what's happening. Maybe. Is this one of those? Anyway, emerging arrest report as police and protesters clash in West Philadelphia amid demonstrations over a fatal police shooting of a black man allegedly armed with a knife. There's a couple. If you go on Donut Operator, he has a breakdown of the shooting. There are several other people out there. I think Brandon Tatum might have one too. Although Brandon, okay, look, I don't dislike Brandon Tatum. I like Brandon Tatum. He's got a good heart, and I think he really believes what he believes. Sometimes, though, he is almost acts as if police officers can never do anything wrong. And the reason I like Donut, because Donut is very analytical, based on training and the law. Where Brandon is also, and Donut Operator is also a former police officer. But again, like I said, he's very analytical about the way shootings happen, and he'll tell you if it's not a good shoot, whereas, well, you got it. Anyway, thank you, Okie Native. I didn't even see you come in. Good morning and welcome to the show with the $5 through Super Chat. Who says, "Wait, you're saying I've been watching the wrong person this whole time? You're not JLP? Amazing. It's amazing. That's amazing. Beta." No, you haven't been watching Jesse Lee Peterson. And he's, God, I don't really want to get into Jesse Lee Peterson. But anyway, so Walter Wallace's life, like Timothy, okay, this is somebody, Wallace's life, like too many others, was a black life that mattered to his mother, to his family, to his community, to all of us, the statement said. At the same time, no amount of anger at the very real injustices of our society excuses violence. Now, first of all, not convinced that this is an injustice. I haven't seen the tape, so I don't know. I'm going to go watch it. I know that, like I said, those two sides have a breakdown, and I want you to form your own opinions based on what former police officer says. Yeah, Tree of Logic's also a former police officer. Anyway, he says attacking police officers and vandalizing small businesses, which are already struggling in the middle of a pandemic, does not bend the morals arc of the universe closer to justice. It hurts our fellow citizens. Looting is not a protest, it is a crime. And yet there's a police car on fire on 52nd Street in Philadelphia. The campaign also targeted President Donald Trump in a statement by accusing him of fanning the flames of division in our society and being incapable of doing the real work to bring people together. Somebody, please, anybody, explain to me how President Trump has anything to do with this shooting in Philadelphia and people rioting, okay? You know, it's hilarious. Right now, like I said yesterday, it's riot first, see what happened later. If it's someone of a particular, what's good, the word for this? A good level of melanin. I haven't seen anyone riot over anybody of lacking that level of melanin who's been shot over the last year. Not once. Not once. And I guarantee you, if I look through the timeline and the blotters and all that, I guarantee you there are probably more of people lacking the level of melanin as required by these rioters than people who have the level of melanin as required by these rioters. Jedi Ghost Bear, good morning. PDawgKnight, you should check out Nate the Lawyer's channel. He's also a former cop, but also a former prosecutor. And he's even more analytical. Yeah, I am very familiar with Nate the Lawyer. I am subscribed to Nate the Lawyer. I'm also subscribed to Viva Fry, Donut. There's another dude. I can't remember the name of his channel. There's quite a few cops that do analyze these things. But Nate the Lawyer is a lawyer too, so he's fantastic. Good recommendation, Jedi Ghost Bear. If you look up Nate the Lawyer, check him out. And Hypnagogic Monk and Red Feather, how you doing? Nice to have you here. He doesn't. The guy's mother called the police on him because he was beating her up, and then he came at the police with a knife and ignored their commands to stop. So again, I assumed that was what I heard also. And I'm sorry, don't come at the cops with a knife. Put the knife down. You know, I don't. And some people say, "Oh, well, they should have tased him." Yeah, tasers, knives. You know, I don't know. That don't always work. There's a lot of people who. Tasers don't affect. I don't know. Anyway, the statement points to its police reform goals, which includes implementing national use of force standard and maintaining peace and security in our communities. The protests and riots in Philadelphia came after nationwide demonstrations prompted by George Floyd, St. George. But I don't care about that part of the article. Anyway, so this is interesting though. This is the Biden campaign and realizing that the riots and looting and things that happen after these incidents don't play well in Western Pennsylvania, don't play well in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, don't play well in Keokuk, Iowa, don't play well in Macon, Georgia. Don't play well in, Akron, Ohio. Don't play well in Brainerd, Minnesota. So they have to issue a statement that the shooting and looting and whatnot is not good, which before, if this hadn't been happening all year, do you think they would be issuing this statement? I doubt it. And what the hell does this have to do with Donald Trump? Hang on. This much. Zilch, zero, nada. This is some organized shit. Someone's coming out here and promoting this every time this happens. And it's, in some ways, it's opportunism, in my opinion. I just think it's crazy. All right, let's talk about what happened in Omaha yesterday, because this is not good. And this is I got from Maddie. This particular article is what going on. Ongoing coverage of police and rescue crews' effort to treat a number of patients who are suffering medical emergencies following a political event at Epstein Airfield. So this is the Omaha scanner. Excuse me. Let me give me 1 second. Okay, try not to sneeze on the stream. So this is what happened here. And I'll go down the Omaha scanner. South turn parking lot is full. Where are we going to send them? Okay, so Donald Trump had a rally in Omaha yesterday, Epstein Airfield. They thought they logistically planned for 10,000 people. 30,000 people showed up for the rally. Okay. Here it is. TAC Air. It has been established at Epstein Airfield ahead of an evening political event held by President Trump. Numerous agencies assisting at the event. Dignitaries from Nebraska and other surrounding states arriving. Media is getting set up because this is so the scanner's been has been following this event. Arrest vans are riding our convoy. So in case there's protesters, whatever. Very heavy traffic developing. So as you go down this scanner, though, the event is at capacity. Vehicles being turned away. Parking at the Trump rally is full. Shuttles will no longer be transporting people to the event. You will not be able to access the rally by foot, Uber, or any other means of transportation. Parking is not allowed in surrounding neighborhoods, roadways, or businesses. It was overflow. They had the capacity for about 10,000. Like I said, 30,000 showed up. Protesters arrive. 20 protesters arrive at Abbott Drive and Locust Street. So some protesters showed up. Farther down, Eppley Police Chief and Secret Service are having a pissing match. Air Force One has touched down. So then that's when the president arrived. Officers are reporting 4,000 to 5,000 people still in line to get inside. So they couldn't get everyone in there. Medical needed again by press for female having a seizure. And then as you scroll down, Delta unit requests for possible problems regarding protesters. Buses are shipping people out. Another medic needed for another seizure. Large groups are walking to their cars as this seems to be afterwards. Air Force One is wheels up and departed. Now, here's where it starts getting a little dicey because they can't get everyone out of there. Medicals treating numerous parties with medical issues as they are walking out. Waterloo 811 en route to Little Creighton with a 71-year-old female who's dizzy. Medics at Omaha Fire Department command being released from the scene. Officers requesting incident command find a warehouse or somewhere for people to stop and warm up who are walking to their cars because it was very cold out there. So what ended up happening is so they were having a lot of people who couldn't get out of there. It was cold and they were having, cold related issues for these people because there was just logistically they were in major overflow, and it happens to be I can't believe that they make this trending #1 today. Okay, so here's Twitter trending tab. Just a second here. Omaha still trending. #1, Omaha rally stranded after listening to president in Omaha. Now, is this the president's fault? Or whose logistical issue is this? David Frum, of course, who hates President Trump, said, did the Omaha fiasco originate because Trump campaigned stiffed or tried to stiff the bus company? Oh, that's a great question. Don't know. Ashley Parker, Trump said he could shoot people. Okay, that has nothing to do with this. Okay, and then of course the Washington Post. Hundreds of Trump supporters stuck in the cold for hours when buses. Let's do the Omaha.com story. Tapper, of course, just loves it. This is a distraction from Bobulinski, because every single major legacy news people are talking about Omaha. None of them are talking about Bobulinski and all the stuff he said last night, confirming many of the things that people have been saying about Mr. Biden. Hello, Richo. Good morning. Jake Tapper, Omaha. Hundreds who attended Trump's Eppley Airfield rally Tuesday evening spent up to 3 hours in freezing temperatures waiting for the buses to take them back to their cars. Several people who were waiting required medical attention. Okay. Again, how is this the president's fault? But it does look bad. Here's the Omaha.com story. 100 people attended President Trump's rally Tuesday evening at Eppley Airfield. We just said that. Up to 3 hours temperatures waiting for buses to take them back to their cars. Several people who were waiting required medical attention based on reporting at the scene and local emergency scanner traffic. Omaha Scanner, a Twitter account that monitors emergency scanner traffic, said 7 people were taken to the hospital, but later tweeted that officials would have an exact count on Wednesday. The president, who spoke for nearly an hour, wrapped up shortly before 9 p.m. Some people in his audience waited until after midnight for campaign buses to take them to their cars, which were parked miles away. Walking out of the rally, the World Herald saw 2 people receive help from Omaha police, an elderly woman who was warming up in the back of a police cruiser, and a boy whom an officer lent a blanket. Trump campaign officials said they had enough buses ready nearby to shuttle people back to their cars, but said a larger than expected crowd slowed the bus's return. A reporter estimated that more than 6,000 people attended the rally. Law enforcement and campaign sources estimated the crowd above 10,000. Trump said during the speech the crowd was 29,000. Well, here's the thing. If they said they were prepared for, I know that they apparently are prepared for 10. Now this is funny too. The discrepancy here. A reporter estimated 6,000. Law enforcement estimated 10,000. Trump said it was 29,000. Now, who knows? All I know is how. Here's the thing. Eppley's not in a neighborhood. It's kind of on the northeast side of Omaha, and there's not a whole lot of residential around it. So any additional parking for the airport is pretty far away. They're probably parked along those roads. 10,000 people in that area would be tough. But also the fact that, so they say traffic leaving Eppley parking lot, which is about 3 miles from where the rally was held, added to the delays. Yeah, because you have to go to Eppley Airfield, you park, and you have to take shuttles. So it's just, the shuttles are in and out. And obviously they probably weren't letting people in the airport due to airport security rules, like into the main terminals. It's not the easiest airport to get to. I don't know if you've ever been to the Denver airport. It's kind of, the Denver airport's way out in Neverland. But anyway, it's not a convenient airport when it comes to airports. Most people climbed aboard buses by midnight, with the last stragglers leaving around 12:40 a.m., Wednesday, authorities said. Chris Beckenbach of Lincoln volunteered to help at the rally. She said Wednesday morning that she finally made it back to her car at 12:15 a.m. We were all parked over at Eppley, she said. We were 3.5 miles through darkness to get there. There was no direction given. I expected at the end of the rally somebody will say, go this way. There will be buses waiting. Buses came, she said, but they didn't come back for an hour and a half. She didn't blame organizers, however. How do you practice for that, she said, noting the thousands of people who attended. James Cleve, the chair of the Nebraska Democratic Party, so glad they got this soundbite. chair of the Nebraska Democratic Party, commented on the delay in clearing the crowd, leaving thousands of Nebraskans stranded in the cold captures the entire Trump administration, he said. I hope those responsible for the poor planning to feed Trump's ego will be held accountable, and that fellow Nebraskans turn out to vote to end this chaos. Shut up. Hello, Miguel. How you doing? Anyway, some people were dressed for the cold, Breckenbach said. It's 31 degrees. Now, guess what? Had this happened in where I live, in Minnesota, 31? That's nothing. A sweatshirt and a stocking cap. Some people were dressed for the cold, Birkenbach said. For some people, it was really rough. She noted that she saw emergency responders taking some people out. When you go to a Husker game, when you go to any big event, she said, you expect that you're going to have to take care of yourself and there's going to be waiting. Birkenbach said she didn't hear anyone talking inappropriately to anyone else. People were respectful. We all just got tired and cold. The Trump supporter said she would do it all again. I would go up early and stand there all those hours. It was an adventure, she said, but it was absolutely an adventure. So anyway, they're milking that one for what they can. Yeah, sometimes logistics suck when you have more people than you expect showing up anywhere. All right, back to the bookmark. So we've got a couple more, and then we got to get out of here. Another one from Maddie. Oh, gosh. Jeffrey Marsh. Okay, I'm going to play this, Jeffrey Marsh's clip here. And I'm going to let you just decide for yourself. Shut up. Hang on a second, Jeffrey. Hang on, Jeffrey. You can decide for yourself your opinion on what Jeffrey says here. Oh, hang on. What the hell did I do? Let's do that. We'll scroll it up just a little bit. And there we go. All right, here we go. Jeffrey Marsh is going to tell us, Jeffrey's going to explain something to us here. And I'm going to tell you right now, I already concur with Maddie, what she said about this, because I do. But let's have a listen.
Oh, I'm aware that because I'm non-binary, I'm confusing to you. But you're going to have to respect me. You think that getting it comes before respecting me, but it's the other way around. You need to see my humanity. You must respect me and talk to me like a human being, and then maybe later you'll get it. But that's the least important part.
Okay. That's an interesting way to put it. Jeffrey, well, let's go one by one. Let's see. What does he say first?
Oh, I'm aware that because I'm non-binary, I'm confusing to you.
No, you're not. You're not confusing to me at all, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, because you're being non-binary, or whatever you call it, you being non-binary or is irrelevant to me because I don't interact with you. I don't care. And even if I did interact with you, it's irrelevant to me because I don't care. It doesn't tell me what type of person you are. You could be a very shitty person and call yourself non-binary, or you could be a kind and caring person and call yourself non-binary. And it wouldn't matter if I want to call you non-binary or not, because I don't really care about your gender, Jeffrey. Let's just start there. So, me respecting you, I don't respect you until you show me that you're a respectful person, and your tone right here, not all that respectful. Let's continue.
But you're going to have to respect me.
For what? For what, Jeffrey? I don't know you. I don't care what fashions you wear, whatever gender thing you want to believe in and talk about and be. I don't care, because I don't have to respect you unless you are a respectful person. Your tone, again, your tone. How about, I don't have to respect you if you don't respect me? Your tone tells me you don't respect me. Now, I speak a language that I've been speaking for a very long time. And just because you want to participate in a alteration of that language over the time and whatever, you be you. But also respect that maybe, just maybe, I don't care about your gender, your alteration of gender, or whatever y'all call it. Doesn't matter to me. I'll be respectful to you, but you have to show me that you deserve respect. Moving on.
You think that getting it comes before respecting me.
No, because I could respect you without knowing a damn thing about what you're talking about right now. I don't care. I respect people, again, because they're respectable people. And to me, that other thing, getting it, I don't have to get it to be respectful. I don't have to get it to be respectful of you. If you are a respectful person and you treat me with respect. Again, not doing it.
But it's the other way around.
Well, now this part, maybe you kind of get what I'm saying here. It's the other way around. I don't have to care a shit about your gender to respect you. Right? I can respect you without even if I disagreed with your concept of gender. That is irrelevant of whether or not I can respect you or not.
To see my humanity, you must respect me and talk to me like a human being.
Hey, right. Are you talking to me? Are you respecting me with this tone? I must? No, I don't have to respect you. What if you're a shithead? What if you're a shithead? Do I have to respect you? Now, I'm not saying you're a shithead, Jeffrey, but you're giving off some shithead vibes right now.
And then maybe later you'll get it. But
I don't care if I get it. Maybe you'll get that I don't care. Again, I can respect you without getting it. Hi, Thomas Cleaver. How you doing?
That's the least important part.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, fascinating. Whatever. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's I've got a couple more bookmarks that we got to get out of here. Waiting for the left to condemn this peaceful protest full of granny killers as a super spreader event. Yeah, you know what? If you do me a favor, gang, if perchance you see a single report that of the Philadelphia riots, the New York riots, the Washington, D.C. riots, the Los Angeles riots, where the news people mention that this could possibly be a super spreader event, please send it to me. Send me the link. I got a feeling that my inbox is going to be empty, though. But here's a super spreader event in Philadelphia. Oh, gee, look at all these people not practicing social distancing. Oh, no mask there. He doesn't have a mask. He has a mask, but no social distancing. Oh, his mask is not even on his face. It's hanging under his neck, so that's not doing any good. But at least he's 6 feet away from some people. Oh, there's some super spreading packages and things out of a truck that's spray painting. Oh, the guys on the top of the truck don't have a mask on. Wow, this is a super spreader event. Okay. Absolutely, Maddie. You can, yes, absolutely. You are, please, Maddie, do shout out Blind Press, who is Blind Press broadcasting today? Yeah, go ahead. Put the link in the chat, Maddie. No problem. All right, moving on. Now, I've never been a fan of Mitch McConnell necessarily, although I think, he's done what he's had to do as the leader of the Senate to, get some certain things done. But this actually, Katie Pavlich is right. I think this is a pretty good ad.
The middle class is helped by this.
Let's fix this here, and we'll go full screen. Here's a good ad from the Republicans. Actually, I'll have to show a good Democrat ad tomorrow. There are some good Democratic ads. I don't agree with them at all, but the ads are good. But here you go.
It all comes down to this. Everything we've fought for.
The Supreme Court Judge Neil Gorsuch.
Brett Kavanaugh is officially confirmed to the Supreme Court.
Voted to advance Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett.
Everything we've accomplished.
Tax overhaul passed the Congress. Yes, the middle class is helped by this.
The Senate overwhelmingly passed a criminal justice reform bill, delivering a bipartisan win.
Senate Republicans really have gotten a lot done.
The late nights, the early mornings, the door knocking, the phone banking. We've put in the work.
John James, if you're in Michigan, vote John James.
And the stakes couldn't be higher.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Everything is on the line.
Oh, sorry.
Now there's only one thing left to do. Hold the line. Go vote.
That's a pretty damn good ad, but the National Republican Senate Committee, we won't play it again. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad ad by them. Like I said, I will play there's a couple good Democrat ads I've watched too, even though I won't vote for a Democrat to save my life this year. But anyway, ICE says it was forced to release 250 immigrants with criminal histories. A judge order. This is a court order. Now, you know what? I got a feeling. Never mind. ICE says it was forced to release 250 immigrants. Immigrants? Who wrote this? BizPac Review. Immigrants with criminal histories due to a federal court order. Officials with Immigration and Customs Enforcement said Tuesday the agency was forced to release 250 illegal immigrants with criminal histories in California. That explains it. Due to COVID-19 related federal court order. Oh my God. Oh my God. The agency made an announcement a week after senior U.S. District Judge Terry J. Hatter Jr., Carter appointee, demanded an October 15th ruling that the agency release or deport migrants who are being detained at the Adelanto ICE Processing Center in Southern California so as to curb the spread of virus infections. Were they having a big outbreak at the center? In a statement, the agency said that despite requests to transfer detainees to alternate locations, it was forced to release 250 migrants from the Adelanto facility, which is being operated by a federal contractor. Detainees released include migrants who had criminal histories for a myriad of offenses, including assault with a deadly weapon, lewd, lascivious acts with a child, driving under the influence, child cruelty, illegally re-entering the country after being removed, and other crimes. So, again, there are judges out there that are, I don't want to necessarily associate this article with wood chippers, so I'm not going to, because that would be wrong, even in Minecraft. 11 people were shot while looting in Philadelphia so far since last night. Looters were shooting looters. A 50-year-old man that had his car filled, then was carjacked and had all his stolen stuff restolen from him. Philly force is on the scene. Yeah, looter versus looter violence was rampant last night. Not good. This is the guy right here, though. Here's the one I'm laughing because, you know, the vice president put that statement out on his website. Well, this guy seems not to understand why this is getting covered by news in the middle of a pandemic. What? Watching my Twitter feed since last night, very notable the intensity of tweets from conservative voices looking to amplify, draw attention to looting in Philadelphia. Yes, it happened. New York Times covered it as well. Just remarkable how conservatives want to elevate it. And of course, Siraj Hashmi nominated to the list. You know, if you're not familiar with Siraj Hashmi and the list, he puts out a weekly list of people who should have their phones taken away, and this little pen thing here is him putting them on the list, and then he does it weekly. And does he come up with doozies? And he is an equal opportunity list maker. You could be from the right or the left and say something stupid on Twitter, and he will put you on the list. But Eric Lipton, here's my answer to Eric Lipton. Eric, most news agencies can walk and chew gum and talk on their phone and check their watch at the same time. Seriously, dude, they can do it. It's amazing. It's amazing some people can do that. Anyway. And then finally, something. I had one. There was one above this one too. Rudy Giuliani got a little testy with a Fox host last night, and maybe we'll see. I forgot to look to see if they have video, because I don't know. Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah, this is it. Okay, hang on. Let's pop this on the screen. Oh, come on, quit loading. Oh, and then Fox puts Rudy Giuliani erupts at Fox Business Network's Kennedy for comparing him to Christopher. Well, here we go. Where's the clip? Here we go. What is going on here? Anyway. Okay. Because she accused him of acting like Christopher Steele. Maybe this is not going to load. Here, I'll just reboot this, reload this. It's weird, but it is weird because Kennedy is usually, well, I don't know what to call it. Good God. Well, my internet's telling me to screw off, so maybe it's a sign. Come on. Oh, well, it was loaded before. All right, we're going to skip it. I'll just tell you what, I'm going to put this article in the chat. If you want to see this, check it out later. Boom. All right, I got to go, folks. Hey, but before you touch anything, including don't do any tubening, do not tubin. Please hit the like button. Oh my gosh, 59 people in the chat, in the house, and 51 likes. That's awesome. If you haven't hit the like button, do so right now before you go. And thank you for being here today. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 1500 GMT for my friends in other parts of the world that don't use American time zones. And before you go, hit the like button. If you're watching on replay, put a comment in the comment section so that I know you're here. And if you want to make donations to the show, you can do that through the Streamlabs link at PDawgKnight.live. You can do it through YouTube Super Chats. You can do it through Venmo or Cashapp. Those links are in the down in the description down below. And just thanks for coming today, guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some, more news articles and stuff like I do every day. And we'll have some fun. It's a fun week. Friday's almost here for those of you who like your Fridays. G Willie, how you doing? Yeah, like. Thank you, G Willie. Oh my gosh, the likes are just popping up there. So anyway, and Chrome, I didn't see you either. Oh my gosh, I feel bad. Anyway, y'all have a great day. My name is PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Share our videos on social media and who make donations.
That's right.